can't stop.
Hello everyone, I'm Noah Wilson from iHollywood TV. Well, how can you say no to our next guest when he has a new single out called Say Yes? Please welcome to the show for the first time through VA FaceTime, Jonathan Tilkin. What's up, Jonathan?
Hey Noah, how's it going?
It's going great. Before we get into your single, let's start off where it all began for you. So really, it began for you on Instagram. You know, people, they start out, I mean, this is what everyone dreams of. They want to, you know, become famous from social media. But, you know, you were just posting cover songs and, you know, I mean, you didn't expect to, you know, grow such a huge following, except, you know, of course you wanted to get fans because, you know, you want to pursue a career in music. But when you started, you know, after posting you know, a good bit of cover songs and, you know, you just started seeing the engagement happen, what was your reaction? What were you thinking? Were you thinking, oh my gosh, is this a dream?
Yeah, for real. Because honestly, I kind of spent a lot of time doing music, and I didn't really think that people liked my voice very much. Like, which is like weird to say now, because now I like what I'm doing and people like it, and that's awesome. But at the time, I was doing it more for me and was hoping there were people out there that liked it. But then to see that like a lot of people liked it, it was a nice moment of like, okay, maybe I can do this, and maybe this is really what I want to do. And that's kind of when I doubled down and, you know, started writing my own stuff and got into it even further.
Well, good for you. I think your voice is awesome. I mean, I dig the songs, and you know, you also write them as well. So, you know, you write. See, look, now he just ain't a singer. He writes his songs too. You know what I mean? So, so you've released a couple of singles, 3 singles to name it. Daydreamin', Something to Hold On To, and Say Yes. So will there be an EP to follow since, you know, you've released 3 singles now, or will you kind of follow along in Austin Mahone's footsteps where, you know, he's only released 1 studio album, but he's like had 13 singles released. So how are you going to kind of go in that path?
I mean, I think I'm still trying to figure it out, and I'm still learning and trying to understand, because this business is shifting so much every day. So like the idea of an album or an EP is, I mean, I would love to as an artist, because I'd love to have a body of work that I can release at one moment and go tour it, but I don't know that people sit down anymore and listen to full EPs or albums. It's like, we're very like, you know, Instagram culture. It's like, give me a minute, give me something that I love, and then I want to move to the next thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's definitely shifting how we create music and how we create bodies of work. So probably singles for now, but we'll see. Yeah,
that's right. And too, like, you know, Austin Mahone's been around for quite some time, and he's released a bunch of singles, and he's so successful at what he does, and he's, you know, so I mean, I think that, you know, is the way to go as well. So, and two, I want to say this, and maybe this makes you stand out, and well, I think it makes you stand out and makes you different from other artists. But what you said is, you know, I want to be able to do, you know, quoting from what you said, I want to be able to do for others what my heroes have done for me, write songs that give words to those who can't find the right ones to say. So is this kind of something that really makes you different from other artists?
I hope so, but I mean, I think a lot of us out here are trying to make music that speaks to people, but I'm definitely not on the train of, you know, the kind of music that's like, you know, I know Say Yes is like a fun, like, party song, but it still starts off at this like small, intimate place of like, you know, even if your heart's a mess, just kind of like say yes. And so I'm not on the wave of like, you know, party all the time. That's just not who I am. But I mean, I love some of that music, but for me, it's more about touching someone's, you know, soul. And so when I was growing up, and even still today, the music that I turn on, whether it's upbeat pop or like a ballad, I love listening to music that like I can put myself in those shoes. And since I'm not a big party person, I don't relate to it as well. So I wanted to create music that I grew up listening to, like stuff that could apply to other kids who maybe aren't going to all the parties, that maybe are a little bit of a misfit, who, you know, want something that's a little bit more emotional.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think that, you know, we don't see a lot of that from artists today, you know, and I think that's really what makes you stand out different from other artists. And yeah, the songs back in the day, weren't they great? Ooh, you know, they were.
And there's
awesome.
So much great stuff now too. It's just, you know, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And okay, so let's kind of talk a little bit about Say Yes. It's your new single. Of course, we're gonna have you perform it, you know, on iHollywood. But yes, we're excited. We can't wait. Well, you know, you wrote this song after you know, a breakup. You know, so kind of tell us the message that you're expressing in the song and why you wrote it right after that.
Yeah. So, I was funny. I recognized the pattern after I wrote a few songs. I was like, I tend to write songs about situations that I'm not in. Like, I like to write. I don't really like feeling super bad for very long. Like, I don't want to sit here and I don't find it easy to write songs that are like, oh, I hate everything going on in my life. Like, I'd rather dream about like a better experience. So like my first single, Daydreamin', did the same thing as Say Yes, which is I wrote a song about an idea that I'd rather be in. I'd rather be meeting someone new and being excited about falling in love than, not.
Yeah.
Not. So that's where that song started. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really great. It's really groovy. It's such a pop. I love it. Oh my gosh! Like I was telling Jonathan before. You guys are singers now. Together for the interview. Is we listen to this song literally all day, every day. We love it. It's a great song. It's really groovy. And two, I mean, I like when I listen to music. I have a whole playlist, and I like groovy music. I mean, it just groovy, jamming music makes me feel good. I mean. Slow songs and are good from time to time, but I don't know. Too many slow songs now make me sad. No, I'm like, oh, let's crank it up. So
yeah.
All right. So one thing I wanted to ask you is because I've always wondered like how do artists get the idea or know when to write a good song. Like how does it come about? Like do you Taylor Swift, she writes her ideas or her songs on napkins sometimes. Like how do you know when this is the idea for a song?
I mean, honestly, I think everything, if you spend enough time on it, could probably become a good song. Like but for me, if a lot of times I'll hear like a lyric and a melody, and if I can remember it or I keep coming back to it over the course of a day or 2 days or maybe even a week, I know that's probably something I want to like come back to. But Say Yes was actually a different experience because I started writing with my co-writer, and we started usually I start at like the hook of the song. Like I'll have like an idea, I'll be like da 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 da, and I'm like, oh, that's the idea, and then we write around it. But for this song, we started at the beginning and just kind of wanted to see where it would take us to. But that one started with the guitar part, the da na 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 or da 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 da. That's where it started, and we kind of built around that.
You've been able to do so much, so far in your career. You have, like I said, we discussed that you have such a great following as well. People are really, following your career. And, you have fans that like you and love you and watch you and all that stuff, and the retweets and the likes and the follow, the replies and all that stuff. So. What is it, because 2018 is going to be coming to an ear. This is the last month of 2018. 2019, here we come. So what are some things that, you're wanting to do for 2019? Any particular plans or anything you would like to be able to accomplish? What are some of your goals?
My biggest goal, the thing that came to mind, something that I really, really want to do is I want to start touring next year.
Oh.
So far, I've done like live things here and there and here, and I was telling you earlier when I was in New York for probably about 8 months, I was doing some stuff out there, but I didn't have a lot of material out yet, and so I've been kind of waiting to at least get like 3, 4, maybe 5 songs, like an EP's worth of material out there, so I can really start going out and performing. And I'd love to be an opening act for a bigger artist in 2019. That would be a really awesome way to, I think, keep growing a fan base, keep trying out new music, keep learning, and then getting to study like a bigger artist and see like what they did. Like, Shawn toured with like Taylor Swift, like that kind of an idea I think would be really, really incredible.
Yeah, I think that would be very helpful too in what you're doing, because I don't know. I like to think you're more than just a rising. I like to think that you are a star already because you're so good at it. Like, not just telling you this, but I mean, I really do. I think you're really good at what you do. And speaking about Shawn Mendes, I think that would be great for you to go on tour with him and not just saying this, not because you brought it up, but you really remind me of a Shawn Mendes. Like, I don't know what it is. It's a lot of upcoming rising stars that remind me of Shawn Mendes. We've had a couple of other artists, guys on the show. And I'm like, oh, you remind me of Shawn Mendes, but I'm not just saying that, people. I mean it, and Speaking about that, you dressed up as him for Halloween, which I thought was a brilliant idea. Here it is. Here's the photo.
The photo.
That's the photo.
Yep.
I think, Jonathan, because I told him before that I think I said I have a photo, but I'm not going to show it to you, not until we... I'm just like, oh, God, what type of photo do you have? No, it's of you dressing. Is there any photo in particular that I need to see?
No, I thought it was going to be like a childhood photo. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, we should have dug deeper. Anyway.
No, that's good, though. That's good, though.
Yeah, this was so creative because, and there was a video that was posted, and people they mistaked you for Shawn Mendes.
Yeah, so that's my friend Isabel in that photo, and I was gonna go as a minion that night for a Halloween party, and she was like, "I can't let you go to that party like that." And there's been like this running joke among like my group of friends that like everyone's like, "You're like Shawn." And so she was like, we gotta dress you up like Shawn, and she loves Shawn Mendes. And so she was like, I've got a VIP like lanyard, which is what I'm wearing in that photo.
There it is, yeah.
And then she tagged Shawn Mendes over and over again in her stories. And then one of the big Shawn Mendes fans accounts picked it up and posted it, and posted like all these videos of me, like where I was just singing as me, but they posted it like part of the whole series of things. And he saw it too, which was kind of crazy. So yeah, it was a joke, but like, I mean, that's how things happen.
See, and I just think that's great, and he, of course, recognized you. So maybe he saw some of the work you do.
I hope so. I was actually singing "Say Yes," so I was wearing that outfit, and I was at this like small little party with a bunch of different people, some producers and actors and people, and so they were like singing us a song, and so I was wearing the costume, but I was singing my song.
Yeah.
And so they posted those videos, and I was like, "That's pretty awesome."
Yeah, that is awesome. Look at you. Yeah, people are watching. You know what?
Yeah.
That's so cool. It is funny too that he actually saw that because I saw from YouTube there was a guy that obviously there's a lot of people that it's crazy. I'm sure there's a doppelganger of us too, John. It's probably one of you, Jonathan, and one of me. I don't know. Who knows? Like that's so crazy because there was there was a YouTube video of Justin Bieber. Somebody impersonated Justin Bieber and looked just like him, and they looked like he was eating this big, I don't know if you saw it, Jonathan, but like big sandwich. Anyway, they thought it was Justin Bieber, and people were like, "Oh, that's not how you eat a sandwich." And it went on Good Morning America. It went viral. It went in the UK on all these morning shows. And Justin, it was not Justin Bieber. It was, and I'm like, that is crazy that these things are going viral. I guess it's showing you how much to not believe the internet. But that's not what you were doing. You were just dressing up for Halloween, and I think it was pretty awesome, and it was pretty cool. And
thanks.
Maybe you can tour with Shawn Mendes. I think you guys would be a great duo. You can be his opening act.
Exactly.
That's right, John. Yeah, I like that.
Whenever I ask people, I'm like, what songs do you want to hear me cover? It's always Ed Sheeran or Shawn Mendes.
Yeah, they're like the two biggest stars right now,
Oh yeah, and they're all, Shawn's younger than I am, but I look up to him, and I look up to Ed, obviously, and like, I have no issue being compared to them.
Yeah. And last question too is, who are some of your artists that you would like to maybe collab with, or in the future?
Oh, that's really good. Okay, Selena Gomez, I think would be one.
Oh,
which I don't think people expect. Yeah. And then, definitely Ed or Shawn would be awesome. And then going back a little further, like Bryan Adams, who's like an '80s rock dude, but he still sounds incredible today. I'd love to collaborate with him. If Steve Perry, lead singer of Journey, I love Journey. That'd be awesome. Shoot, I'd be honored to sing with almost anybody on the radio right now. Like, that'd just be such an awesome thing to get to work with other people and like get to blend ideas and collaborate.
Yeah, I think so. Those are really good selections there.
Yeah.
Really good. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Say Yes is such a bop. It was, it really is, and you guys can get it. It's available everywhere to stream, along with his other 3 singles as well. That's available. That has reached millions of plays. Anyway, so all right, Jonathan. Well, thank you so much, and happy holidays.
You too.
Yes. Oh, and stay tuned. We're gonna have him perform too. So stay tuned for that. All right. Bye.
Bye.